Hi guys, and welcome to Dice Tales Live!
Woo!
Partying into our session 48 today in the Hall of Twilight. So before we get into the adventure and our recap before that, we will take a second to thank our friends of the show.
Thank you, friends of the show. Our friends include Gaming Paper, who manufactures a variety of tabletop gaming accessories, including rolls of paper, single sheets of paper, dry erase tiles, transparent tiles. That's the name of the company. I didn't name it. It's on them. So for all of your gaming paper and not paper needs, check them out at gamingpaper.com. They also host our podcast, so if you want to get caught up on Dice Tales Live, check them out there. Secondly, Character Case gives us a lovely tool to store your character sheets, your dice, your pencils, your minis, all the things that you want to bring with you to game night and make sure that you don't forget or destroy. Go into a Character Case. And for anyone who's been paying attention to past episodes, you will know why I gave Ross the look. And lastly, a special shout out to our friends at Sirenscape, who will be providing all of the sounds not made by us this evening.
All right, thanks, Brad. Thanks, Brad. Thanks, Brad. I get a little choked up about something. That's definitely what happened. If you don't prefer listening to your podcast, you can also watch the show on our YouTube channel, which is also Dice Tales Live, or follow us on Facebook, Instagram, any of the things, also at Dice Tales Live. Or you can support some beautiful merchandise on spring.com. You can find our store, search Dice Tales.
Shirts.
Beautiful, all kinds of things.
If you want it to be a tank top like Carrie's, she will cut the sleeves off for you.
Show
All
some to
you
your house
need is your own
and cut them all off.
guns out. Customized.
By the way, all of these links are in the description below for our YouTube friends.
Yeah,
Great.
YouTube friends. All right, so I think with all of that out of the way, let's get into the recap of last time. We'll see you on the other side.
As the party hid in the mountains, regrouping and trying to make plans, Galen suggested they seek refuge at the monastery of the Small Hand, which was protected by ice dragons. Upon arrival at the monastery, Seamus found himself facing off with Clan Fang, the orcish master of the temple. When Clan Fang refused to aid them, Seamus challenged him for leadership of the monastery, apparently for the second time. A brief but intense battle of wills led to Seamus receiving the unanimous vote of his fellow monks, which meant sadly he would immediately embark on a solo quest and part ways with his friends for a time. After tearful goodbyes, the Children of Destiny spent the remainder of the evening planning their next steps. And that's where we pick up the adventure tonight on Dice Tales.
All right, and we are back. Okay, so the table is a little smaller now. New seating chart. Girls versus boys, middle school.
I get to sit next to Liz.
Also the ones with the animals, apparently.
This is the animal side.
Yeah.
Yes, the animal.
What do you guys
They're
have
pet-
to offer?
Sparkling water.
A winning smile.
My arm will no longer be bruised.
I'll find a way.
I know, I'm gonna miss you punching me.
I'll reach across the table. Make a punching stick.
Just Mr. Fantastic style.
It is like casters versus martial class.
It is.
That's true.
It is.
Cool.
The divisions between us. Oh,
All right.
hell
Keep
yeah.
a scoreboard.
So
They don't have a healer.
Seamus has left,
I can heal.
having become the leader now of the Monastery of the Small Hand.
Boss.
And in order to prove he's worthy of the Werther's original, he must go
I will
prove
never forget
his
that.
worth.
That lives
Thanks,
rent-free.
Molly. We love you.
Rent-free in our lives.
I'm sitting
I
on
love
that
it.
one so long.
I love it.
All right. So that leaves you guys with access to the monastery as a haven or a sanctuary that you are free to use to recover. We did have a quite brutal show off with Brennus and all of his different monsters who attacked the Waterdeep Temple. So I know, Beyonce, you're drained. You know.
Oh yeah, he wants to just go to a room and cry his eyes out.
Okay. How are the rest of you doing on health?
I'm
I'm back
General
up.
wellness.
Back up to
I'm 100%.
back
I
up to
took no
full.
damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so really just beyond.
Katya took some level drain.
Oh, and Katya. Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm hurting in a lot of ways.
For certain.
Yes, and the emotional toll, obviously, of what you went through is something as well. So, you had met a couple of different people at the temple last time, and two of them were Raya and Diwali. So, Raya is the human female who's the herbalist, and then Diwali was the dwarf female who doesn't speak, who has the vow of silence. I don't know if you remember them, but they were there.
Mariah.
So they will show you two individual rooms that you each have access to. So each one of you can have your own room here. And let you know that if you want to take meals here or anything like that, you may. That you can head down. There's several rooms that go off from that inner chamber, the one where you have to be totally quiet when you go through. So there's a few rooms going off from there, and you have access to, they have like training rooms down there, they have meditation chambers, they have like temples inside or attached, they have a bar, they would tell you.
That answers my question.
Jill wasn't sure she could stay
Look
here.
at directly at you.
I thought it might. So they will say that they have a distillery.
They're like
Oh.
Trappist monks.
Oh, okay.
And they also have a garden that you would have access to as well. So those
This
are.
place is kind of cool. Like,
Why do we
we just
wanna
want a
leave?
vacation here for a little while.
It's
Like,
a nice Burbo.
Are there is there signage in the areas where you can't talk to remind you?
No, but as far as you know, and
Or
Raya
some of us?
would tell you that
Okay.
it is just that main chamber when you enter. So it's the large hall that you first entered when you came in.
And this is like
That
on
is
pain
the
of
only
death,
place.
or
No, it's just highly frowned upon.
Okay.
They
It's
might
such
take some of your
dirty
withers
looks.
away.
was there a
We ate them
temple
all
to
already.
Tyr?
What was that?
Is there a temple to Tyr?
No, it's kind of
Okay.
like an all-faith temple where people can go and worship. They don't
Okay,
discriminate
I mean,
here.
Beyonce would go in there. Well, you know what? No, he's not.
They
because
are.
he wants
It's
to be
a
alone.
neutral monastery, so whatever you want to worship, they're kind of like
Right.
fine, but no sacrifices in the
Fair,
temple,
fair.
please.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. And they
I'm
would
thinking
also
unless
tell
they're
you.
associated with the Tanthals. then
Right, I
I'm
would
gonna
also
break
tell you that there is a shop as well, where sometimes goods are brought in here.
Okay.
So if you want to go check that out, you could too. And that further down the mountain, like at the base of the stairs, there is a town down there. So if there's something that you need, you could maybe make the trek or teleport down to the town. So you have access to all of those things.
when
What would you like to do with your time and yourselves?
when Ryan mentions the bar, Callista would look sideways at Jill.
I would look sideways back, and I would nod, be like, bar is good. Bar is
Okay.
good. And then I would just go.
I would
Okay.
follow her.
Well, then Diwali will take you guys down there.
Amazing.
She doesn't talk the whole way down, but she will direct you to where you need to go. And you would see that they do have an active distillery that several of the monks are like working on creating different
Nice.
alcohols.
Yes.
And they're crating some of
I
it
like
up. It
these
looks like
people.
maybe they take some of it and they sell it down in the villages or that kind of thing.
Okay.
And so they would be willing to serve you up some glasses if you would like something.
Definitely.
So they have standard ales from all around, or they have the ones that they actually create here.
I
Would
want
try the ones they
there.
create.
The
for
house,
sure.
the
As long
house.
as we're here.
there
boozes.
are
Getting a flight.
Yeah, 100%.
there are two of their most popular ones. One is the two-finger punch, which is a very dark amber color,
Ooh.
and then the other one is called Firebolt.
Yes, that one.
In this,
I mean, you know we are going to try both of them.
Of course.
We could start
Yeah.
with the fireball.
Yeah.
art
Just a fireball.
imitates life, apparently.
Firebolt, please.
Always.
Yes. Firebolt. It's
The
a cold,
ale,
it's a
two
cold
hearts,
night.
the Firebolts, we got them all.
Firebolt.
Okay, so which one do you want to try first?
Firebolt.
Firebolt.
Amazing.
Okay, go ahead and roll for
That is
a
beautiful.
Roll for what?
Fortitude
God.
save.
Oh, fortitude. Oh, God. Oh, God. 17?
17.
26.
26. All right. It is a strong cinnamon flavor punching you in the mouth. And
Did you ever get your taste buds back?
No! First episode for a mending spell.
It tastes like cinnamon.
For a mundane bow.
it goes down, but you don't notice it at all.
I'm so sorry. It's delightful. I don't... Would it make you feel better or worse if I told you how it was?
You know, I always forget until I try something new and I cannot taste it. And then I think it is shit, and why do they make this? And then I remember it is not them, it is me, and I,
Do you want another shot? I'll give you another one.
Bryce
right.
still have the burn.
Give me a second fortitude.
You still get like mouthfeel and stuff.
Nat
like,
20.
Now you got it. You know what to expect this time. You're fine.
Should I roll the 4
Yes,
again? Even
yeah, because the first one was kind of versus the flavor.
Okay, well, that's a 25.
Okay, again, totally fine. And throw another one back. It's good. This is nice.
I feel warmer. That's
Do a
heavenly.
little bit too. Katya's like nudging my leg, like, Mom, I want some.
Go get your level drain back. Leave us alone.
I'll take a glass and I'll kind of put it down.
Are you gonna let Katya
Let's see what happens. We are safe, yeah?
Yeah.
Katya make a fortitude save?
So Katya
Oh, God.
cautiously licks at it.
Oh, God.
And level drain drains from
It's
all?
just yes. Anything you roll, you get a minus that number.
Oh, okay.
If you're rolling a d20, subtract it.
12.
Okay, yeah. Katya is definitely gonna get drunk off of very little amount of this.
Put it in a little saucer.
The cat starts swaying after lapping it up very quickly. And
That's it, Katya. Don't forget to eat your pretzels, dear.
She starts, I got a giant hairball on the floor. It's like next to it.
And Merrick also comes in and has
Yes.
a seat next to you.
Great.
And he's like, I want the other one.
Yeah, the whatever, the
I
two-finger
want
death
that
punch.
one after, yes. Oh, death punch, I like that. Is that you should make something called death punch. That is
Death
a good
punch.
idea.
Well, we'll find out how he likes it
Roast,
first.
roast punch.
2-finger punch.
Two-finger punch.
You guys will get a shot of the 2-finger punch.
Awesome.
I would also like to try the 2-finger punch.
Alright, go ahead and make a fortitude save.
I would not. I'm perfectly content. I want to see how you two handle the
It's a
punch.
very strong alcohol scent, so you can still smell it, because your sense of smell is not gone.
I mean, I feel it's burning the hairs off the inside of my nose.
Yeah.
29.
Okay. It almost evaporates on your lips as it enters your mouth, and it leaves behind a sweet fragrance.
Oh.
That's all you get out of it, because you can't taste it.
It smells sweet and burns.
And I
Which
look,
is all I can tell you.
I look at Merrick, I'm like, how is it?
And, I'm sorry, I can't taste it.
Katya's like
Take
kind of-
another.
Katya's kind of like weakly nudging at my leg, like, why not me?
A nap.
No, you cannot hold your liquor, kitty. You do not
Drunk
get any
Kitty
more.
goes over to where like they've got these like barrels and starts like scratching at one. No.
But she's weaved like a very weavy path to get there.
Somebody brings a bow staff. They're trying to like shoot her away.
Yeah.
All right, what are you two doing while they're down getting drunk?
Leith's just wandering around,
Okay.
and
for
Just
trouble.
exploring,
Yeah,
looking
look-
for trouble.
keeping an eye out for clocks.
Okay.
And other than that, just exploring every corner of the monastery that's open to him.
Okay, so you would find yourself wandering down. Are you just resting, Beyonce, or are you with?
Probably would sit down and like start having basically a panic attack.
Okay. Just having a moment alone.
Yeah, that's like legitimately
In
just
your room?
like the finally alone, not having to be strong in front of.
Make a
the
will save to
kids.
see
Galen
how
left
bad
us, right?
it is. Galen
Correct.
did leave because they took the others back. They were going to go check on the other
That's
two and then see about the yawning portal and if everyone was okay there and check on a bunch of stuff for you guys.
You said will save?
Yeah.
29.
Okay, so it's not going to be something where you're going to be crying on the floor.
Right.
Like you're
Doubling over.
Yes,
yeah.
on the outside you're fine.
But, like, he didn't even make it to the bed. He's, like, sitting.
Yeah.
Just completely slumped over, bleeding, sweaty, like, just kind of leaning on Justifier. And he's kind of just going to dissociate for a little while.
Okay.
Like, completely and utterly numb.
Alright. Leith, you stumble into what seems to all intents and purposes to be like one of those like prize rack shops where like you turn in tickets and get stuff, but instead each thing is marked with how many Werther's originals it would take in order to buy that thing. But all
Which is
the
a laser
things
pointer.
that are up on the shelves look like powerful magic items. There are like bracers, there are weapons, there are amulets, there are rings. Oh my god. There's a
I'm
few
gonna like
people
look in my
in
pocket
here.
and like take out the 3 Werthers that Seamus
yeah,
has
and
ever
all of
given
them
me.
are like 10,000 Werthers. 500 Werthers.
The weapons.
Is there anybody
cache.
in there?
Yes.
Excuse me.
And it's a mountain dwarf guy, and he's got like long curly hair, but very blue eyes.
How does one go about earning more of these?
Oh, well, you have to prove your worth.
Sorry.
Doing what?
Deeds for the monastery.
Is there like a specific
Yeah,
list
please.
somewhere
Oh
that...
yeah, right behind you.
So-
He points.
So are Werther's like gold stars? Like,
Yes. Tickets. Stars and dots.
This
yeah,
is
stickers.
your reward for being a good cult member.
Nice job. You
For
did
acts of
Werther's
submission.
today.
There's
If
one.
you save up, you can buy one thing.
We've been eating them this whole time.
Do they have like talent shows to get more Werther's? Maybe.
So there's a giant board basically behind you on the wall, and
scores.
on it are a bunch of like scraps of paper that have been like posted up there, and this guy would say, he would say, a lot of times we've got townspeople or even people from distant places, but mostly people from down yonder, down the steppes, who make the long trek up here to beseech us for aid. That's the backlog.
Quest board.
Giant quest board, and you would see each thing is like marked with like how many Werthers they would give you for whatever.
So the town has some Werther stockpile somewhere that they can pay you.
They will give you Werthers at the temple if you take care of it.
Okay.
So wait, how many deeds did Seamus do? Like, if he
So
was
many.
just giving those away,
Or did he just have scum
he
He's
was
the guy in
just
charge.
tossing them out like sensor beams. Like,
Seriously. So generous.
People didn't understand the gifts he was giving.
It was like, thank you.
like badges of honor.
Here's one Werther's.
That's for you. Now you can either eat it or save up for something good.
Don't spend it all in one place.
It's an exercise in self-control.
Oh my god.
Are
We
there
also forgot to hold the
any
parameters.
Yep.
are there any tasks on this job board that are uniquely suited to Leith's specialties?
Well, I can give you an
Oh,
idea
himself.
of some of the tasks that you would see that are up on the task board.
walking a log or something.
Like, does somebody need escorting from, one place to another? Because I can do that
Alright.
real fast.
Highest
You
priced
want
one
to
is
do
the
an
escort
escort
with
quest?
Here are some of the things that you would see up there, and you can see if any of them pop out at you. It seems that they have some monks who have been working on developing new types of alcohol, and they're looking for people who are willing to test them.
Are we earning?
Oh my god.
They're also looking for more hands for helping like deliver some of the barrels all the way down the mountain, down the long staircase, safely. There's one that's clearly from a townsperson who has a farm, and they say that there is some sort of horrible, it says head tree,
Like, sorry?
making
Head
a
tree?
noise on their property, and they would like someone to take care of that because it's gross.
Head tree.
It just says head tree. Don't know what.
Headtre.
Yes.
It's growing them.
There is.
Can I make a
another one.
nature check on that?
Sure.
Have I ever heard of a
I don't
head
know if it would
tree?
be nature. Let me see. Let me see what that would be.
That's not natural.
That's not right.
Nope. Nope.
Do 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 do. Yeah, it is in nature actually.
Oh.
You need a 26.
I got a 20.
You don't know what that would be. That sounds horrible.
That sounds
Just as horrible as the villagers
Sounds
say.
wrong. There's also a thing about a herd of disenchanter beasts that have been roaming around, and maybe it's a family of them or something, and that disenchanters are bad for the merchants, like down in town, because they can take the magic out of things. So they want to get rid of those. There's one up here that says, a damn satyr is playing his flute on the edge of the woods, and some of the children are going to try to dance with him. So we want him to go away.
I'm gonna go talk to that guy.
Yes! Perfect. That's perfect for you.
Okay.
At least getting kidnapped by a satyr.
100%. That's a fey trap.
Well, that sounds like a
Is Leaf going
stupid
to tell?
Prince.
Is Leaf going to
Bring
tell
it on.
anyone where he is going?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Okay,
all
so
right.
Leaf is gonna go off on a little side quest on
Are you
his
going to
own.
tell Jill and Callista about the uniquely suited to them murderous task?
Eventually.
Eventually.
After
Alright,
we pay all their fucking
going
money.
back to you two for 1 second.
Yes.
So Merrick, once he's had a couple shots,
Yeah.
he says, so do we know where we're going next?
I think we need to learn more before we go anywhere.
Yeah.
Jill.
What? What?
I think it's time. I'd like to take you to Burdusk.
Like Twilight Hall Burdusk?
That's the one.
Harper's and all the shit Burdusk?
Yeah.
Why?
Because they have that temple of Denir there with endless. He's a god of the scribes, and they have a library with so much information, and with the Harpers constantly sending information back and forth. I've asked them to relay anything they found from Sembia, but I haven't been able to contact an agent for a bit since we've been all over the place.
Well, we could get the information we need.
What?
Callista's just sitting there trying to process. Like,
I'm just... Merrick, what if they, you know, I'd like to try my hand at being a Harper, but, like, what if they say no? Like, what is the... Is it just...
who would
what
not
happened?
want you? They would want you.
I don't
But
know
I,
that they would.
I do not want them to. I do not know.
It doesn't mean she couldn't keep doing what she's doing
He's
with
here.
you. Right. The harbors aren't about limiting your personal freedoms.
It's like that thing.
Question though. Are you are just taking Jill, or we are all
I
coming?
don't know.
I think we should all go.
I
I don't want to go without all of you.
we are safe here though for the time being. So why would we leave before? We should see what is in their library first.
Yes, but they're going to have more, and I think it'd be a good idea eventually, whether it's just Jill and I or a few of us, we might be more recognizable as a group.
The Harpers pride themselves in knowing everything about
Plus everything.
everybody. Yeah, I think that we should check out their library first here, but plan B should be Burdusk.
I was also thinking, I have this sending stone, and there's the other one. I could ask. He has a lot of contacts. Could ask him to look into it.
He could help, and I think the more sources we have, the better off we'd be.
I doubt.
And the more people it could put in danger. But Just warn him to be cautious. That
With
word
my-
doesn't get back who's asking.
He is no stranger to playing it safe and being careful. I would just want to make sure that my sister is well out of there before he begins asking questions.
Right.
My sister.
He pats your hand. He misses it. He finds it.
And at the mention of leaving and going to Burdusk, and then Callista talking about her sister, Jill's thinking about her sister,
Yep.
and like going further away from another goal of hers, and but she keeps it to herself. She's like, in any case, we're not in any big hurry. I think Beyonce is going to need some time. I think we should
He
give
looked
him
pretty rough.
we should give him a few days. I'm worried about him.
Katya also looks pretty rough. She's like heaving in a
She's
corner.
shit-faced, Callista, and it's your fault.
She has been bothering me to try it for years, and I thought this would be a safe place to let her get shit-faced. She will regret it in the morning and hopefully never ask
Seamus
again.
Poulsen
That's not
is a
how
safe
cats work. They will
environment to
continue to
experience.
ask again and again, and that's how a cat works.
Jill's kind of chuckling, and she like
A little
leans
wine
over
with
and
dinner, maybe.
bumps Merrick and kind of gives him like a nod.
You
Like,
hear me, you stupid cat? I told you this would happen.
Some of the monks are just turning to stare at you guys. Like, they're all very quiet.
And
I
Katya
like-
ignores me.
Alright, Leith, how are you getting down to the town?
Flying.
I will walk.
You're gonna do the walk.
Yep.
Going down isn't so bad.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
It's just gonna take you.
I'm just trying to,
It's rough around your knees, though.
yeah, get a feel for the
Lot of
surroundings.
Fortitude
Well, you're,
save for
you're
your
fighting
knees.
against gravity.
yes,
So,
constantly.
yeah.
Especially when the stairs are probably made for like
15?
full-size people.
15.
Or
They're
donkeys.
dwarves,
I
I
think
guess.
it's fine. It's not comfortable, but it's fine.
It's walking.
All right. It is. It's cold where you guys are up here, but it gets warmer as you head down, and you would start to see signs of civilization here and there. And they had given you a name of where to ask. Of the person who put their listing up was named Baronon Duststone.
I will seek out Baronon Duststone.
Okay.
Barry.
Berry. Definitely a berry.
There's a
Oops, all
bear. Anon.
berries.
All right. And he's a local trader. Not trader, a trader.
Trader.
Traitors, not traitors.
He's human. He's got short, wavy hair. White guy. He's just got kind of a spotty beard that he's failing to grow in, and he's got a bunch of flowers that he's working on, like putting up and arranging right now. Looks like they're exotic flowers that were delivered from somewhere, and he would look up as you come up.
Oi, sir. Are you Baronon Duststone?
Aye, that's me.
I'm from up at the monastery and saw that you were in need of someone to deal with a satyr.
You a monk?
Affiliated.
Adjacent.
I tend to have a specialty for dealing with troublesome fae.
Yeah, he's causing all kinds of trouble. Some of the kids have been running off, not doing their work. We don't know what they're getting up to in the woods.
Yeah.
Where would I find this beast?
Oh, there's a clearing, and he points down. He goes, "Follow that way through the woods. Head northeast. When you get to, there's a big tree. Can't miss it. It's got markings carved in it. People like to put their couple names in their little hearts. You'll see." Anyway,
It's a birch.
head west from there. Sorry, west from that tree. You'll find the clearing. You'll probably hear him.
Appreciate the information.
Whatever you can do, I'd appreciate.
I'll figure something out.
Okay.
Do it. Kill him.
I will pull the hood up on my cloak and head in that direction.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Solo quest.
Good luck. We know nothing.
Okay.
There's no help.
If you want to,
0.
you can make a nature check.
Okay.
I think nature for Fae. That seems like that's all would make sense, right? I think knowledge, nature.
Nature or Arcana.
Let me check. I'll figure it out.
It's either going to be a 14 for nature or a 20 for Arcana.
Fae is nature.
Okay.
So how much?
14.
Okay. You don't really know anything about satyrs.
I know they're Fae.
You know they're Fae though? So it's
They are
totally
indeed Fae.
fine.
So
Hercules.
once I leave sight of Baranon, and before I approach the clearing where I will be able to hear the satyr, I will stop and cast spell turning on myself.
Okay.
And that should be good for 2 hours and 20 minutes, given our current level.
As you head through the forest, you would start hearing a beautiful melodious pipe song, and you'll have to make a will save.
Amazing.
Ooh, that wasn't good.
Oh no.
Where's Lee?
You love to hear it.
Leaps on a Pied Piper adventure.
Hold on. I need to double check a couple things.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
throw,
right.
throw it into the kitchen. You know you wanna.
Yep.
And this is a supernatural effect, so it doesn't count for your spell turning.
Nope. It's fine.
Phenomenal.
It also is area of effect, so it wouldn't have counted anyway. 16 is my...
A 16
My save.
is not enough.
Okay.
Okay, so you're gonna be charmed by this music, and you feel like it's coming from a friend, a dear friend of yours. Clearly, because you're a Fae Prince, this is one of your
Everyone wants to be
subjects,
his
and
friend.
they would want to be your friend, and yeah, you just have been charmed person
Okay.
by this. So it will lead
We
you
know
towards
He's on his
where there's a handsome
And he's
grinning
charmed
man with
by
the
a
furry
fae.
legs of a goat and a set of curling ram horns extending from his temples. He's got like reddish hair, including his fur. And he's sitting up on a little stump, and there are some kids dancing around, and they're just like playing and dancing. And he looks up with a big grin and he says, "Oh, there you are.
Hello.
Come on, join the dance."
Never been much for dancing.
Oh, today's the day. You've been charmed person, man.
Yep.
We'll be back to that later.
Like grabs his hand, pulls him
Start
up.
tapping.
Alright. Eventually, you guys will finish up your drinking exploits, I presume. And Merrick is gonna go sleep because he's really.
I will also
he
go
rolled a
sleep.
bunch of bad saves. But Calista, you're fine.
I'm fine. I have to pick up
And
the
you would
carrier
you would
back
realize you haven't seen any of your other compatriots.
up. Did
Either one.
Beyonce or Leaf say where they were going to go?
Juliet's just went to cry, and Leith's probably causing trouble somewhere. Vandalism.
Beyonce probably is crashed out for the night, so I probably someone should probably go check on Leaf. I will deposit the drunk cat in my room and then.
Short straw. One of us goes and checks on Beyonce,
Are
the
you-
other one goes and checks on Leith. Whoever draws the short
I'm
straw.
not really good with upset people. I do not know. I mean, alright.
Short straw goes and checks on Leith. Fuck.
Wait, I thought it was the other way around.
No.
Short straw loses.
I think it would be better if I checked on Leaf.
Fine. I'll go deal with Beyonce.
I mean, be nice to him. I guess he's,
Why
kind
would
of-
I be anything other than nice to him? When am I
Well,
ever not nice?
Okay, so I perhaps it is not that you are not going to be nice. It is that perhaps we should just leave him be for tonight. You are a little bit
I'll check on Merrick. Instead.
Merrick's standing right next to you.
I know what you check on Merrick.
Take care of yourself and take care of Leith. He's probably
So there's
in
an
trouble.
open room, yeah? Because you are not each going to have your own room while you're here, right? So can I put the drunk cat in one of your rooms?
course.
Because she is going to herf in the middle of the night and I do not want her to do it on me.
Yeah, sure.
Alright, I'll go into whatever their room is not.
We arrange. I go with
for
Merrick.
you.
Merrick and I don't do anything.
No,
I don't think he's capable.
already out by the time
Yeah.
you get in there.
As it should be.
So I will start wandering, looking for
Make a
signs of Leith.
perception check.
It's probably good that you didn't get consoled.
23.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you're
Quit being a
feeling it a
bitch.
little bit. You would hear Leon softly crying, maybe.
Walk it off.
Rub some
Through
fucking
the door,
dirt in it.
and then yes, like that. And then as you're heading down through the place, you don't see any sign of Leith at all.
Do I see any monks around?
There are monks everywhere. Yep. So you can.
In the non-silent areas, I
Yes.
will ask, I'll just go up to one of them, the one that seems the most, or the least standoffish, perhaps.
Okay.
Excuse me,
There's
I
one
was...
smoking a pipe, and he's got like a pierced nose.
I will go up to him. I was wondering, have you seen a very small gnome come by? Looks probably some mischief in his eyes.
It's not wrong.
No lies detected.
Not today.
You've seen him other days? We just got here today.
I've seen gnomes.
Well, I am talking about a specific gnome. He,
Racist.
I'll describe Leith a little bit better.
Look, mischievous.
I'll describe Leith a little, like the specific gnome. He wears a cloak. Sometimes he
I
pulls
never
it
saw
up
him.
over. Did you really think about that, or are you just?
Oh, wasn't he at the?
He was with us at the
Yeah,
showdown.
I saw him
yeah.
there.
Right. You have not seen him since, though.
That's it.
All right. I will go on and find someone else because he was very unhelpful.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
You will find yourself wandering into the gift shop.
And I see all the magic items, and I think
Beautiful magic items. They have fancy
This-
arrows. They have all kinds of cool things.
this seems like a very Leith place to end up.
Yeah.
So I will go up to the shopkeep and
The
say,
dwarf. Yep.
Pardon me, have you seen a gnome pass through here today?
Oh yeah, he took that. And he points over at the board.
I
And
go
you
over
would
to
see
the
that
board.
there is a spot that's empty, where it looks like one thing has been pulled off.
And I look at the other things and I gather that this is in fact a quest board.
Yes.
Do I see
You would
the
see
one for the
all the-
alcohol?
yes, you do.
I pocket the one for the alcohol and think I'm gonna give that one to Jill.
Okay.
I will make us
do you
so much money.
happen to know what was on the
Candy.
one that he took?
Candy.
Yeah, he was going down to the town. He was gonna see if he could stop a satyr from abducting children or something. I don't know.
That was not
He went down by himself and no one told him that was not a good. He just, like, anyone can just come and claim these and they. Oh, I have not taken the one yet because I wouldn't know that I can take something off the board. So anyone can just take these off the board and no one says boo if they are alone and they just go and do their thing on their
Thought
own.
he must be level 20. No.
So meta.
So these are just like free for all kind of things?
Yeah. Gotta get done. Somebody's gotta do it.
That's when I yoink. That's when I yoink the alcohol one and fucking.
Yep.
So, down to the town,
Mm-hmm.
and do you know any more about it? Like who I need to ask for or anything like that?
talk to Baronon Dust House. That's what he wrote down.
All right,
But it's close.
Baronon Dust House. All right.
Duststone.
Well, he said Dust House, though, right? Yeah. Okay.
That's how he remembered it.
So I'm gonna head down to the town because I got me a bad feeling.
All right, it is late at this hour.
Oh, before I go, I am going to go.
You will arrive well past when most people are asleep. Probably.
Okay, so before I go, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna knock on. I'm gonna grimace and then I'm gonna knock on Jill and Merrick's door.
What?
Who is it? It is
Merrick
me.
sleeps
It
through
is I. So Leith apparently took a quest and went down to the town by himself to seek out this satyr that is abducting children. So I am going to go down. Stay where you are, but I just wanted you to know where I am going so that if also I do not come back, both Leith and I have been abducted by a satyr and you should come after us. And we are looking for someone named Baranon Dust Ruffle.
Dust ruffle. Go ahead. What time should I check in with you?
I checked the note. Dust House.
Dust house. What time should I check in with you, Callista?
I mean, like, if it has been a time when you think I should have returned, but I have not returned, perhaps, yes, if I am not back by dawn.
If you're not back
All
by
right.
dawn, I'll send the whole fucking search party. Is that all?
Are you going to remember this in the morning?
I didn't have half as much as you did, dear.
I'm gonna scribble a little more on the note and stuck it under there. So now
to my sleeve.
So now it says,
Hi, I'm Ted.
This is where I live.
it says, went after Leith,
Please return.
chasing kidnapper satyr, see Baranon Dust House.
Dust Raven.
I have it. I'm like,
And I just stuck it, I just stick it under the door so that they find it in the morning.
They're not dust cover.
And then I head down the
Dust
wall.
jacket. Dust jacket. Alright. Okay, so you're gonna make the trek down. Go ahead and fortitude.
I have
save.
dark vision, thankfully, so I can see why I'm going in the dark.
That is wise.
Ooh, that didn't work. Oh! Natural 20 for a
you're
31.
Totally fine. You can make it down there in double time. Meanwhile, can you roll a charisma check, please?
Yeah.
oh god.
I mean, Leith,
Yeah.
once he gets into it, is like holding hands with the
Cutting
kids and
around.
going full out
Just
dancing.
Midsommar.
But like,
stuff.
Yeah.
I can still talk in things,
That's a
right?
dark turn.
As long as I participate.
Make your check.
Just straight charisma roll
Yes.
is gonna be a 17.
Okay. So as you you're like, okay, why not? And you start dancing with the kids. Again, this is just the regular charm person, so you're not being controlled.
I also recognize the magic because I can do it
You
myself.
recognize the magic, but you never are aware that it's happened to you while you're under a charm
Sure.
person. So you would not think that at all until you're out of it. Then you can recognize it. But yeah, he doesn't ask you to do anything else except for like frolic and have fun as the sun is going down here. Like that's
God
all.
just wants a party.
All that you're doing is partying, yeah. And he's like drinking something. And
Kind friend, I might ask you a question.
Oh.
You know who I am, don't you?
Oh god. Do you know who I am?
And he looks you over, and almost for the first time, like actually really looks at you.
I'd like to have a conversation, if you wouldn't mind.
Go home! Alright, and the kids sort of stop and they're looking at him, and he's like... and they hightail it out of there.
Oh shit. He's a narc.
Might I have your name, sir?
Why do you need it?
Because your prince asks it.
Some call me Daz.
And what do others call you?
Pucks.
Well, Daz, I'm here on an errand because one of the local farmers is having a bit of trouble getting his chores done. Seems you keep distracting the children.
I thought that would please the court.
By and large, it does. I'd like to ask you a favor, though. Can you hold off for, like, a month?
What's in a month?
Absolutely nothing. What?
Plausible deniability.
But I need them to believe that I've rectified this problem. You see, your offering to the court could be used as a small piece in a much larger offering of mischief that I am working to create.
Make a diplomacy check.
God. Dude, there's layers. There's layers.
Oh god.
31.
But a patch in the
Failed about
quilt.
that. He starts laughing and he like falls back laughing and he says, I love it!
Might we shake on it? And I'll hold out a hand.
And he will go
And I'm going to cast Conditional Curse on him.
Oh! Okay.
If you play your song and make the children dance within the next month, things won't go so well for you. And it'll be a -6 on all.
You got a 14 will save.
Yeah, that's not nearly enough.
That was enough. Yep.
We're in the mid-20s with a 5th level spell.
Yes.
Yeah, so basically just cursing him so that if he does it in the next month, he's going to take, what's one of the ones that I can give? It's like -6 on a performance check or something. Nope.
He's just gonna play like crap.
-12. Oh, that's greater curse. Yeah, -6 on his charisma ability score. Will affect
Now
him.
you said just children. What about comely lasses?
Indeed. What about?
Well, I did word that very specifically. So, as long as everyone's a consenting party, I see no harm in it. And, let them get their work done. At least for the next month.
I will do.
Also, you did not see me. I was not here, and no one shall know of my presence. Agreed.
Intimidate
You're
check?
just gonna
Yep.
leave it
I thought so.
Yeah. What are you get up to? Nothing.
That might have been the conditional curse.
Yeah.
That's going to be a 26.
He looks cowed by you. This is the first time you've ever wielded your authority in a way against one of your own people, and you would suddenly realize that it's very real to them. And he would bow. And he would say, "Of course not, my prince."
Excellent, Daz. I shall remember your service. What's that you've got to drink there?
How? And he says, "Got this off a handsome shepherd."
Leith will take a swig, and I'm fine with Leith and Daz just
Yeah,
hanging
just
out
hang
until
out.
Callista finds them.
Yes. Yes.
So, Callista, that is how you find them.
And then I would like
I
to.
assume you follow the same sort of trail.
Yeah.
You could
Well,
probably
I mean,
just
was
follow
I
Leith's
able
trail.
to get a hold of Baranon?
No,
when I
but
made it there?
you have such a high survival
Oh,
check.
I just followed.
I'm
the
sure
trail.
you could just
Follow the
follow
trail.
Leith's
Okay.
footprints.
All right, I did
Yeah.
that.
And find your way into
Just
the
a drag
woods.
mark where, one of the swords he carries that's too long for him just carves a furrow in the ground wherever he goes.
Yep. Yep.
Yep. So yeah, you would find them, and they're just swapping stories, and he's asking you for tales of your exploits.
And if I could, I would like to use this as an opportunity to learn more about the Fey culture that Leith is very unknowledgeable
Oh.
about.
All right. Yeah.
Sure.
So-
Just make a general intelligence check to see what you pick up.
I like how this is just like a recool.
Yeah. How are we doing?
12.
Yeah, okay, so it's mostly just
I mean, we are
stories here and
drinking, yeah.
there. Yeah,
It's
you guys are drinking.
More
and-
anecdotal evidence of Fey
And
culture
you
than.
would pick up, from him that he is a hedonistic creature of, lust and wanting to play music and chill all day. That's his whole thing. He just likes to frolic all the time.
Sounds like a party.
But he also is a guardian of this forest. And so, if anybody fucks with this forest, then he will mess with them. That's his job. And he would want to make you aware that he is doing his job and that there has been no one harming the forest at all.
What's in the forest?
It's just wood.
What are you guarding, though?
The forest.
All right, I believe you.
Okay.
Yeah, and so that's what you would walk up on.
I would
At least that's what they told you.
when I know that I'm coming up on them, like when I can sense it or start to hear them, I would crouch and just like listen for a little bit
Okay.
and try to ascertain whether it seems likely
Make
he's
a
there of
stealth
his
check.
own okay.
Can I?
Yes.
I know this isn't going to work, but
We're in the forest, right?
Yes.
Was that one of your favorite terrains?
Yes.
I got a 16, so unless she crit fails.
38.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're
I
not.
asked her.
They
She
are
rolled an
not
8.
aware that you were there at all. No.
Oh, I don't know what it's like to have stats.
What do I pick up on from like? Can I pick up on the fact that Leith is not
Oh yeah.
like enspelled to be
They're
there?
just
He's just they're just
chilling.
okay.
A sense motive check, maybe.
29.
Yeah, you would pick that up.
All right, so I'll step out of the woods and.
Oh, Callista. Did not expect to see you here.
Where'd she come from?
She's a friend. She's with me. Leave her be.
Oh.
Oh.
Hello.
Callista, this is my friend Daz.
Hello, Des.
He is a guardian of this forest.
I just we were looking for you. I wanted to make sure that you were all right, and then I went to the gift shop, and the owner there said that you had taken a job off the job board, and then you went to do it on your own, and I got a little bit worried because
Job board, meet Callista. Callista, meet the job board.
he's the entirety. All of the jobs on the job board have to do with him.
No, just the one that I took.
Oh, all right. Because I took a different one that looked kind of fun for me in jail. But
Oh, all right.
all right. Well, you obviously do not need help. I mean,
Oh, it is getting a bit late, though.
How'd you find him?
I followed his footsteps and his sword track.
Oh.
Sword track. She's very handy.
I
in a
mean, we have
fight,
been traveling
and for
together a
other
long
things.
time.
The
I
line.
know his tracks.
Know your way around a forest.
I do know my way around a forest. Yes, I have lived in one for a long time. Callista's not picking up on it.
So, 1 month. We have a deal. Ready to head back.
All right.
Hold on.
We are not ready to head back. I am very tired.
She could stay here.
Very tired. Why
That's
would
entirely
I stay
up to
here?
her.
Why would I stay here?
I thought you liked the forest.
I do
I
like
can
the
show
forest,
you
but
around.
it is so late. I mean,
It is a very scenic wood.
it is
You look
beautiful.
like someone who can see.
I mean, yes, I can see in the dark, but I very much my cat. I left my cat up at the.
I have to feed my cat. I have to
As this exchange is happening, Leith is just gonna casually cast Eagle Splendor onto Daz to make him that much more
Awesome.
persuasive.
She is taken.
Let's see. We'll make a will save. Maybe she's not.
I mean, are you guys like together again? Like,
18.
He got a 28 in his charisma over here.
Wow.
With his diplomacy check. So, I mean, if you find him charming, but that doesn't mean you have to do anything, but he's more charming than you would expect him to be.
I have a person. I have a Theris. My cat is sick.
I think we should believe him.
I think I broke her.
Microwave needle calling my name.
Well, if you've any
She
other
got really uncomfortable and starts stammering.
appealing friends of this nature, feel free to.
The other one's a harper, and she just kind of causes trouble.
She is also taken.
I mean, are we really giving Merrick that much credit?
I mean, he makes Jill happy,
He's just been a tag-along since day one.
but he makes Jill happy.
Is Jill ever really happy, though?
Yes.
Are we sure about that?
No.
Exactly.
Basically.
All I'm
I do
saying-
not.
Maybe what they need is a test of their relationship.
I don't know how I go that far.
I think it would not go well for you. I think Merrick would not
Questionable morals.
react well to that. I should not have come here. You can find your own. And Ghost just starts backing out of the It's like slowly. She's doing slow backing
into the shadows.
Das, would you like to meet the rest of my friends?
No,
Sounds lovely.
no, no.
Give me a hand. And I'll hold out a hand to Calypso.
I run back in to grab his hand because I don't want him taking Das back without me there.
And as you're running in, Leith will wink at you with one eye, and then turn and wink at Daz with the other eye, and I will cast Treacherous Teleport. And you and I will go back to the monastery. And Daz will just end up like 10 feet away from where he was. Just like the other side of the campfire.
Awesome. All right, and that is where we'll wrap up this episode.
Wow, you mischievous bastard.
Oh, so fucking chaotic.
Some
Amazing.
mischief.
Oh my god.
Alright,
This is how you do chaotic good,
we
everybody.
will see you guys next week to continue this episode. Woohoo. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.